Comic book tropes. Let's talk about them.
You don't know the power of the nerd way.
I love a good comic book trope. Although I'll be the first one to say when it's done bad, it ruins a whole comic. But comic book tropes are great. This is what made comic books comic books. If we didn't have comic book tropes, we would have, well, what we have today in today's comic books. Horrible. Horrible. So, I'm going to give you my top 6.5 favorite comic book tropes in no particular order. Yeah, 6.5. You'll understand later. Let's get started. Heroes fighting other heroes. This is a huge staple in comic books. There's always going to be a disagreement. There's always going to be a hero who wants to do one thing and another hero wants to do another. And next thing you know, they're going to clash. It happens. Tell me the last time you and your best friend had an argument. I bet you probably, you might have yelled at each other. You might have gotten huffy and one of you might have walked off or something. I tell you, if you had superpowers and your world was turned up to 11 like comic books, you two would have gone to blows. And then after a while, you would have said, all right, we're dumb. Let's settle this another way. Just like comic books. I love seeing heroes fight other heroes. Iron Man and Thor in the original Avengers movie, battling it out, having Captain America come in, have to split the two up. That was a great scene. Tell me you didn't love it. That was great. Everybody, I love seeing that. It's something we wanted to see. Captain America and Civil War. Nothing but heroes fighting heroes. Great. It was a great movie. We love it. You know you love it. Let's go. Let's move on. Origin stories. I love a good origin story. I don't care if it's the number one issue of a new hero or someone's origin story told in somebody else's comic book. I love seeing how a regular guy or gal gets their powers and uses them to become a hero. In my book, Deadlock, my guy, Eddie, the hero, regular guy, keeping his head down, just wants to get through life. Well, he ends up getting hit by a beam, altering his DNA, and he's recruited into an alien war he knew nothing about. But there he is. Now he's got these superpowers. He needs to learn how to use them, and he needs to go out and fight the bad guy. It's a trope I love. It's a trope I used. I use a lot of these tropes in my books because I love them and they work. Arch enemies. Every hero needs a good arch enemy. Batman's got the Joker. Superman has Lex Luthor. Flash has Reverse Flash. Spider-Man's got Green Goblin. Thor has Loki. The Hulk has, he's got Ross. Always hunting him down. Or was. Things to say, every good superhero has an arch enemy. You need an arch enemy. Not all the time, the arch enemy comes, your big arch enemy comes in, boom, boom, boom. You're fighting. Hero beats him, he goes off. And for the next 2 or 3 issues, or, 8 or 9 issues, you get lesser guys coming in, fighting the hero, and he battles them and fights them off. And, here comes the big guy again. Boom, boom, boom. It's a cycle. It's a great cycle. I love it. Unfortunately, today, you don't get a whole lot of arch enemies. I could not tell you who Miss Marvel's arch enemy is. Couldn't tell you. Ironheart. No idea. Jonathan Kent. Superman. Who's his arch enemy? I'll tell you who his arch enemy is. Climate change. At least that's what you get from, seeing him march in a climate change, parade or whatever it is. And Tom Taylor, this is in an article saying, oh, Superman's great because he doesn't punch anybody. That's the whole point of superheroes. Go out and punch the bad guy, especially your arch enemy. Jonathan Kent, Superman, sucks. Tom Taylor, really? I'm just going to say it. You're a horrible writer. It's a god-awful comic. Let's move on. Mentor. At one point or another, everybody gets a mentor. Whether you're a new hero and somebody comes up beside you and they says, you know what? I can help you learn how to use your powers. And they teach them how to use their powers, and then the young hero becomes a great hero. Or an established hero has a point where they just fall off. They're like, I'm depressed. I got nothing left. I just can't do it. Here comes a mentor coming up by their side, picks them up, dusts them off, reminds them why they're a hero, helps them get through the rough patch, and this hero comes out the other side even better. My guy, again, Eddie, he has a mentor. That's a spoiler. I'm not going to say anything about that. You'll have to read the books to find out who that is. Really cool. But mentors are cool. Mentors help heroes. Mentors are useful. We need more of them. As a matter of fact, some of these comic book writers today could use a mentor too. Just saying. Multiverse / Evil Twin. I was going to make these two separate ones, but they're kind of the same thing. DC has they've pushed the heck out of this multiverse thing. I mean, they've done it to death. Now it's Batman and the Batman Who Laughs and the Dark Dimension, and DC has really gone all out with the multiverse stuff. Marvel, somewhat. I mean, they have a lot of different multiverses too. I love a good multiverse. Don't get me wrong, but when you do it to death, like DC has, it starts to wear on you. And the evil twin, well, some hero's evil twin might hop from the multiverse to the prime universe, and now you got to fight yourself. But it's good. It's almost like a hero fighting another hero, but it's a hero fighting an evil version of himself. Flash has, again, Reverse Flash. Great example of, I mean, they're not twins per se, but they're the closest thing you got. Event comics. I love a good event comic. The original Infinity Gauntlet. The original Infinity Gauntlet was great. 6 issues and all the crossover issues that Marvel did, bringing in all these different characters. I'll be honest, I didn't read Moon Knight much. And Moon Knight crossed over into the Infinity Gauntlet. And so I picked up the crossover. And I liked the character so much, I started collecting some more of his comics. It was a great gateway, I guess, to experiencing other heroes you wouldn't normally read, and getting exposure to them. DC, their Armageddon 2001. I love that. That was a great event comic. And the next year they had, I believe it was the next year, they had the Eclipso crossover event. And that actually brings me to the 0.5 part of my 6.5 tropes I love. Because it's not actually a trope, but Gimmick covers. I am a sucker for a good gimmick cover. Like Eclipso. When that came out, Eclipso #1, that started off the whole event thing, the cover was his face, but his one eye was a plastic gem. Had it, lost it in the flood, haven't been able to find it since. I'll find it eventually. But I just love a good gimmick comic cover. Wolverine #50. It has claws slashed through it. There's a Warlock cover. It's a prismatic cover. Love it. I have a Fantastic Four cover. It's just completely white. It's a white cover. It has the Human Torch on it. Love that comic. The X-Men did a lot of covers with the hologram on, the hologram card. That was cool. Yeah, it's just, I love a good gimmick. Maybe it's, nostalgia for the 90s and all that stuff that they did. I mean, way back in the 70s when Kiss had a comic book for Marvel, they all went to the printer and they pricked their finger and they dropped a drop of blood into the red ink, and everybody who got a Kiss comic, you might have some Gene Simmons blood in that. You might have some Paul Stanley blood in your red ink. Ooh, so cool. I don't have that, but maybe one day I'll try to find those. That's it. Those are my 6.5 favorite comic book tropes. I would really like to know what your favorite are. Or if you hate comic book tropes, which are the ones that you hate and never want to see in comic books again? Maybe I might have listed some. Who knows? Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. This is my subscribers. You guys are great. I keep going up. If I've earned your subscription, please hit that little subscription button. Hit the bell so you know when I put out a new video. Like this and share it with your friends. These things really help a small channel like me get exposure, so I can talk more nerd stuff with you guys. Maybe you guys might be interested in buying my book, helping me out. My book is listed in the comments below if you want to check it out. Just go there to go to the link. It'll take you to Amazon where it's at, and you can check it out. If it interests you, pick up a copy. If you got Kindle, I think it's free. So what's there to lose? A free book. All right, everybody. You guys are great. I got more videos about comic books. They'll be coming up soon, and I'll see you over there in the other videos.